Hello everybody, I wanted to come live to share that everyone should stop taking yourself out of the game. I want this to be a rant but a wake-up call for everyone that is not successful and doesn't realize that you're the reason why you're not successful. So here it goes. Too many times I meet people or even sometimes start working with people that are extremely excited and extremely ready for solving their problems and making a difference to their lives, and they're all in. And then the slightest thing can happen and all of a sudden complete change of mind can happen. And the thing that most people don't realize, and then basically what then happens is like, oh, sorry, I can't carry on, or I can't do this, or actually it's not the right time, or whatever people say. And with all the respect, people sometimes want to make certain decisions, but this is really about being able to make the decisions for the right reason. Because whenever someone wants to do something and then decides not to do it, and it's a right and a good reason to decide, then by all means 100% go for what you want to go for. But the point that I'm addressing here is that most people, they make decisions for not the right reasons. They just get a little bit scared and they take themselves out of the game, and they don't realize. Now, pardon me if this is coming across as harsh, because it is harsh, but I want this to be a wake-up call. I want you to realize that whatever is going on in your life, either the successes or the things that you haven't succeeded in, is because of the type of the decisions that you make, or the lack thereof. And if you say in the one moment, like, yes, I want to go for it, and there has been a reason why you want to go for it, there's something that has been keeping you stuck for quite a number of years in most of the cases, then understand that it's not going to change unless you change. If you want to have something different, you got to stop doing the same thing all over again. And people don't realize that sometimes the decision-making process is exactly that part. And so what I noticed, and that's why I wanted to make this live video, is especially with young entrepreneurs, as in entrepreneurs that are new to entrepreneurship, is that they're easily swayed like a little leaf in the wind. It's like one day is this, next day is the other thing. And that's not going to get you anywhere. Yes, maybe you'll blow from there to there to there, but it's not going to give you the control to actually create something that you want and allow you to do the things that you're absolutely capable of. But for whatever reason, you have talked yourself out of it. But if you would actually man up or woman up and actually face what so-called scares you and actually go and face it head on, you'll realize that the biggest growth is in exactly that. Meaning that you overcome something, that you are doing something that is actually the thing that stands in your way between you and the success that you know you want, but have to deserve. And this is a very important thing, and I see it so often, and it's also what really distinguishes the people that I see get results after results after results versus the people that get stuck after stuck after stuck. And that's something that I want you to know. It's all here. It's all in here, what you decide. And so I make it a very strong point in my own life to make my decisions based on what I feel aligns with me, that aligns with where I know I want to go. And then when I go for it, I go for it all in. I'm not going to say, oh, this is not good, that is not good, or blame other people. No, once I made the decision, I've made the decision. Doesn't mean that I not adapt. Of course I adapt. Everybody adapts. Doesn't also mean that sometimes life gets into the way. That can happen as well. That sometimes something happens and you need a little bit extra time and all of these things. But what comes then in that case? Whenever I face something, I've made a decision, I've invested in something, and then all of a sudden something happens which takes my my focus from it, which has happened to me many times before. Then what do? Then I have a communication, I have a conversation, and I basically ask for advice, and I state what is my understanding of the situation. I state what I think is best, but I'm open to receiving of what are the certain things that perhaps are in my blind spots and are perhaps exactly the reason why I have been stuck all of this time. And therefore, then I make the decision. And don't say, oh, well, I cannot do this, so therefore I take myself out of the game and that's it, without even having a proper conversation. Doesn't make any sense. And it's exactly that, like the fearful mentality, or the mentality that everything has to work out in 1 second. If it doesn't work out in 1 second, then therefore let's go back to where it's safe, is the thing that keeps you stuck. And it's the thing that's going to keep you stuck for the rest of the next coming years. Do you want that? Or do you want to actually create change in your life? Do you actually want to make sure that things are going to move in the direction that you feel you deserve, but you still have to deserve by standing up and being that leader that you are, and not get blown away with every single time something gets scary? It's important. It's not going to serve you. It's not going to serve anybody else either. And it's all a mind game. Business is a mind game. And the thing is that we have been conditioned by everything for all of our life to do the other option, the weaker option, the option that makes people stay stuck all the time. You gotta wonder why. Why are we being conditioned to stay stuck? I'll leave that with you. I'm not gonna start ranting about that, but what I'm gonna ranting about is you making these silly decisions for yourself that's gonna keep you at a place where you know you don't wanna be. But it's you doing that. It's not the world, it's not everything else. It's you. So what are you gonna do about it? Are you finally going to say, hey, wait a second, I'm a grown-up now, I'm going to look under the bed, I'm going to see, actually, there's no monster? Or are you going to keep running away, say, sorry, I can't do it, sorry, I can't do it? But even worse than that is the part that when people started, they're excited, like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And then one mini thing can happen, which is different for everybody. Sometimes people say, hey, I've got an extra bill, so I can't afford this and that. Sometimes it's a family member or a person that advises them against it. Sometimes it's your own fears that creep up. Either way, whatever that monster is for you, you gotta face it in the eye and realize that you're strong enough to handle it. So realize that you have everything that you need to be able to conquer this challenge. And number two, you also got to understand that if you keep being so indecisive and keep swaying left, right, center, nothing is going to happen for you. You're going to stay stuck, and in 5 years from now, you're going to be at the same place. That's just what it is. Success is a decision, so you have to decide. And if you're going to keep doing what you've always been doing, which is moving away from whatever is fearful, then you're not going to change anything. So I hope this wakes you up, whoever needs to hear this. It really is important that you realize that success is in your hands, nobody else's. And it's not even about necessarily the other people, the other programs, the other factors. It's about what you do in your mind, in your reality, in your small little space, what you do in there, and what you dare to believe, and what you dare to do and walk with as a leader that you are. That's what's going to determine it. Sometimes it's just the fact that you conquer it in your head and you say yes in your head, and then all of a sudden something happens. I've seen a video by Tai Lopez once where he was ranting about something similar. And when I saw that, it really inspired me. It was a couple of years ago. It was in his kitchen and he couldn't sleep for probably similar reasons as why this matters to me, is because I don't want people to stay stuck. But you choose to be stuck. That's the whole problem of it. You choose to be stuck. And there's areas in my life where I choose to be stuck in, and I should be not a baby and stand up and change it and own up to it. But what is really the problem, and that's why I really like that video of Tai Lopez, is that we are being programmed that way. And we don't even know it, or most people don't even know it. So you're trying to stand up. That's why people get that courage. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And then the slightest thing can happen and we're like, oh no, I shouldn't, because of all the years of conditioning. And if you want to try reasons why not to do something, then you're absolutely gonna find them. It's like, once I heard a quote, is that if you're gonna try to go to the bottom of something, of a problem, then you're gonna keep on digging, because there's no bottom, basically. It's like, it's an endless pit. So yeah, you gotta be brave to choose you finally. You gotta be brave to stand up. You gotta be brave to say, I got this, and I'm gonna trust and rely on those that are here with me, that actually care about me and want to help me get to the other place. And I'm not just talking about clients, I'm talking about everything. Like, so many people, I see it and witness it, and it's not cool. It's not cool when you see people make a choice that absolutely is not gonna better their lives just because of fear. So I hope this wakes someone up. It's definitely been on my mind for a couple of days. So here you go. Stand up, you're strong, you got this. Seek help from those that have the results that you want to have. And don't be a little baby. Come on. You're better than this. You've overcome more in your life than this. So I hope this helps.